Dude, that's sick, man. Major regrets. Alright, I'm gonna start this up here and try to give a commentary as it goes. Alright, so this is my new PB, DKC2. And it starts out pretty smooth. There's only one error I can think of in World 1, and I'll point it out when it gets here. The first wrong warp in the World 1 happens right here. It's a very small time saver, but we're going to take this beetle. Oh, that's the mistake right there. I was not able to fall smoothly, but I turned that beetle into a glitched object and was able to warp out of the level immediately. But yeah, as I was trying to take that beetle downwards, I just got stuck and I didn't fall for maybe a second. I was lost. This is the infamous Luckjaw trick. You definitely want to see this in a good RTA attempt. Coming up here is one of the harder wrong warps in the game. You're going to do a glitched double jump, which requires a precise 3-frame input. Get the snake up there, and again we're going to take these beetles, convert them into glitched objects, throw them at just the right spot, and you're out of the level. This boss right here is one of the only elements of RNG in the game, and he basically gave me perfect RNG, which is really good news. So yeah, these eggs can either be real or fake, and I got 0 fake eggs. So really, that could have been like a 209, 210, but I did make that pretty noticeable mistake in Main Brace Mayhem. World 2 starts with a wrong warp. Everyone says it's easy. It took me a really long time to get good at it, but it's finally gotten pretty consistent, so it's become somewhat of a no-brainer. And then this trick is, basically we're going to do a double jump, kind of like in Smash Brothers, by using the team throw technique and trying to jump as the Kong that you threw is coming back at you. And you can get a second extra high jump there somehow. And the next 3 levels are pretty damn mundane. I mean, honestly, if you're on Void's level, then you're gonna really even care about these levels and making them as fast as possible, but I don't really worry about that. Yeah, it's like it multiplies like your jump height by whatever distance that Kong coming back at you is, or something like that. Cliffless. Dude, Void, I would love for you to just like rip my run apart, because I learned so much that I probably don't even realize if you were commentating. This next level right here, pretty important. You get 3 rolls in the beginning, or else your movement probably sucks. And that does it for World 2. Enough basically free levels where you can just immediately warp to the end of them. This boss, I think I generally lose time here, but I do believe that this version of the fight was one of my better takes on it. See how I immediately like ran into him with the cannonball? That was partly luck. Got that throw off a little bit late. Not holding left on the first hook there. That was a good hit right there. That was optimal. Of course, we're going for Lava Fly. I believe a mistake that I make here is the sword is always a little bit high up when the cannonball falls. You want him to be right there, ready to get hit by the cannonball. Like right here, you'll see he comes down, the cannonball comes down right in the same place at the same time. That's what you want. Alright, so this level actually has the biggest mistakes in the run so far. So basically right here, you get the rhino, and here it is. This happens sometimes, and it's like the most annoying thing ever. You're just not able to get that jump off in time before you run right into that barrel. And then there's actually another pretty huge mistake in this level coming up. That was a good Ramby dismount though, that was better than my average one. Really solid rolls here. But then right here, this happens. Which, yeah, I spent like at least a second basically jumping on those barrel guys, whereas I should have just kind of bounced over them from the beginning. But it looks like I'll be entering Glimmer's Galleon with 3x on the clock, which I consider pretty good. Alright, so Glimmer's Galleon is a really critical level at once you start getting to like sub 42 paces. I do make quite a bit of mistakes here. And there's small mistakes, but there's enough small mistakes for it to really add up to a lot. So this first small mistake, I bonked on that corner right there. I did one extra paddle here, in which it didn't really look like I lost time, but I probably lost like a second right there. This part's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I could do much better than that. This corner's cut really well. Same with this next corner. Here is probably yeah, it is a big mistake here. I had the wrong movement and I kind of just floated there for a second. And then finally, I actually paddle one too many times here and I really lose a lot of time right there. But I was able to despawn the puffer. And I do what's called the Kipple swap at the end here. It's one of the newest tricks in my repertoire. Crackhead, we all hate Crackhead. It's basically just a really dangerous level. And of course it goes well in this run. Or else it wouldn't PB. Yee blunt. Yeah, I've never done one of these before, but this was an offline PB. Thanks to my internet being shitty. So yeah, this is when the level gets really crazy. It's always a relief to get out of here without any major mistakes. And of course this right here is the single scariest part of the level. That. Like, never does my like heart not beat really fast during that part. So Rattle Battle, some interesting shit happens in this place. Something goes worse than normal, yet something also goes better than normal that I can't even really explain until we get there. Basically something really weird happened and it worked out in my favor. We'll see when we get there. This is all pretty much scripted, exactly the same every single time. Not too difficult of a level. bounce on all these guys. Alright, so mistakes coming up right here. I don't quite have enough, so right, not here, but here. I don't quite go far enough right so that I don't bounce on that guy and I kind of have to stumble there. That was the mistake, but then this shit happens, which is totally unusual. Check this out. Boom, 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 boom. Somehow managed to bounce on 3 or 6 fucking things. I thought was pretty sweet. So, I mean, this is Slime Climb. Probably the craziest level to see if you've never seen a speedrun of this before, but you start by completely breaking the level and flying up to the halfway point. And then from there, again, we're going to take these beetles, glitch the fuck out of them, then use those to immediately exit what would normally be like a 1.5-minute long level. This next level is the single best level of the run. I don't think there was a single mistake, and I clocked it at 59 seconds, which is basically the IL leaderboard's best time. I mean, I didn't say the time, no. But I think, oh god damn it, well now it's spoiled. So coming up next is actually one of the last, like, super safety strats that I do. This boss basically has a quick kill method that saves 2 seconds, but I don't go for that quick kill because there are 6 opportunities to mess up the quick kill, and any one of those mess ups will cost like 10 to 15 seconds. So I've always found that to be a bad trade-off. So I opt for a safe kill of this boss. Not forever though. Not forever. I'll wait till I get down to like a fucking 41, like 20 or something to really start incorporating this. All in all, definitely my least favorite boss. Well, nah, Krow 2 is my least favorite boss, but this is my least favorite boring wise because this boss is just boring without the quick kill. Yo, Tom the Potato, what's up, man? So, fun fact, Void would already be done with this boss, like, almost 10 seconds ago. Yeah, 10 seconds ago. That's how much I can improve. But yeah, at this point I'm just breaking even with PB, so I'm, like, not even excited about this run. I'm just like, oh, ho hum. This level has some pretty big mistakes as well. It's pretty damn smooth aside from those 2 mistakes, but the 2 mistakes are pretty obvious and glaring. We got some pretty clean honey climbing here. Oh, yeah, so that was the first one. I rolled into that wall and got stuck there. And here it is. Yeah, I got hit as the spider. Fortunately, was able to recover it right away. But yeah, the rest of this level is pretty clean. Oh, by the way, Tom, this is a restream of my recent PB in the game. No luck needed. Thanks, though. Yeah, I didn't miss out on scrolly scroll or anything. I would have reset if I permanently lost the spider. At this point, I was not thinking this was like a PB pace run, really. Yeah, I've had that happen lots of times, where the spider is in a position where you just can't get him back. Oh, come on, RPG, you should, man. PB is a PB. Yeah, pretty much jacket, shirt. I'm really happy with this run. Even though I know it's not the best I can do. So, this level, it doesn't really have any time saves, but it does have some RNG manipulation. So here's the first time saver. By jumping as the thing's gone off the track there, you can jump all the way past that mosquito onto the next cart. Yeah, I know that feel, RPG. I finally just got around a leaderboard goal I've been shooting for a long time. Yeah, you can't really control most of this level, which makes it... This is actually probably my least favorite level in the speedrun. It's so boring. But here again, you can skip one of the mosquitoes with a good jump. And then finally, the most important trick of the game, RNG manipulation. Getting the swag balloon, rolling deep. I didn't even have an audience, this was offline. That's how much swag balloon means to me. I had to get it. Anyway, Bramble Scramble, everybody hates this level. It has a wrong warp in it that just immediately kills your run if you do it wrong. I do safe ropes here still, which loses 2 seconds, but it helps ensure consistency with this trick that truly makes or breaks your run. I really want it to be consistent right now. Alright, Rickety Race, this level's really fucking easy, but I have been known to die in it. I probably don't die in this take. Hopefully not, we'll see. Yeah, we got past the number 9 guy. You really gotta worry about the first enemy you encounter in this level. He's a doozy. In fact, there's lots of levels where the very first enemy you encounter is like the hardest one. No, people know what the time's going to be. Unless they weren't paying attention to chat. Also, it was on Twitter. Like 2 days ago. I'm just now getting my internet back so I can get it on my Twitch VODs. Oh really? Yeah, if you have any kind of input lag in this level, I can imagine dying all the time. So coming up next is, I think, the hardest level in the game, called Mudhole Marsh. It's, I'll amend that and say that it's the hardest level where you're controlling the Kongs. Just as far as basic monkey action, this is the hardest level. People often say levels like Toxic Tower and Web Woods are the hardest. That's because they're involving like your animal buddies. Anyway, this level goes close to perfect as far as I'm concerned. I don't really have any mistakes to point out other than the fact that I went for some strats that were not the hardest, but these are still pretty fucking hard strats, I'm not gonna lie. I don't attempt to manipulate the cannonball here because it has a huge chance of failure in my case. And I'm just now realizing that my wrong warp here could probably have like a half second shaved off of it or so. Anyway, there's that level. And yeah, Ramby Rumble It's a level that I used to not really care about or take seriously, but I realize now that there's a huge potential to save time over newer runners in this level if you just take care to climb the honey really effectively and have really optimal charges with the rhino. For some reason I don't get the glitched high jump there that I was expecting, but it's okay. I rolled kind of shallow there. If you roll real deep, you can just barely jump over that whole gap without doing your like air gliding. Yeah, this part you want to make sure you fall around the corners really smoothly. And then an easy way to lose time is to not have really good timing with your Rambi charges. You want to charge as soon as you touch the ground, and then you want to you know, release the A button the instant he's ready to start running. Gotcha. Initial roll, interesting. So this bee fight, another level I used to not take seriously, and I didn't even realize that when he's doing these phases where he's shooting spikes at you, you should not only be dodging the spikes, but you should be throwing the bee back to the top right corner so he can start his next cycle earlier. So I'm able to pretty much manipulate his movement right where I want him to be the entire fight. Man, I fuck up a shot there, but thanks to a quick recovery, it was only probably a half second lost. Maybe a full second, actually. Anyway, so that was a gold. At this point, I'm like shitting my pants. And, you know, just praying to God that nothing bad happens in World 5. We'll see if that happens, but we'll start by saying that this level went pretty textbook for the most part. That was a mistake right there. Not the only time I bonk into one of those guys throughout the run. It's really annoying. Skipping midway here because at this point I know any death is probably going to result in the run being over. No, don't spoil it. There's nothing to spoil. Don't even... No. I did a slightly safer technique there. It only loses a half second or so. Yeah, but Waffle, we haven't gotten to the extremely dangerous enemy that I mentioned in my comment. This is Tupac. He's pretty scary looking, but he's not too dangerous. He likes to just hang out behind you and rap. Waffle and Void, please feel free to shout out any mistakes you see in my movement in this level, because I know there's like a second I can save here. No. Only an idiot would die to fucking rat in Webwoods. Probably too hard to pinpoint. Oh shit, man. Then whose Tupac Library's bottom am I supposed to watch? This level is impossible to optimize. Well, that makes me feel better. It doesn't make sense to me that you can even really control the speed here. Gotcha, alright, I'll go watch some of his VODs. Anyway, this is the most boring level of World 5. Unless you're on like world record pace, then you probably care about it. But you can pretty much go brain dead and still be fine in that level. Yo, Tupac, what's up, man? It's honorable shoutouts to Tupac in the stream, for real. This level is pretty cool. You use the wind to help speed you up throughout the level. And it's got a lot of hard platforming, and I think it's underrated for being one of the hardest levels to run. Here, skipping midway, one of the first times I've ever done that, but at this point I'm just like, fuck it, if I die the run's over, I don't care. That was a mistake. You want to not grab that DK barrel. But I think that's the only mistake of the level. This is an almost perfect roll off the edge there. Maybe pressing B a little bit too late here. Then just roll all the way to the end. So I had recently lost a run to this next level, Parachute Panic. So again, I was really shitting my pants. I basically had the idea in my head that if I can just get past Parachute Panic, then this really might be a PB. I've got to beat this level. Like, I was hinging everything on this level at the time. And, well, we'll see how it goes. Really solid midway area. Go for all the hard strats. I glided a little bit long there. And this right here, I hardly glided at all. I'm kind of lucky that I got the Diddy headbutt because of how quickly I dropped down. So I'm like, fuck yeah! I just beat PCP. I'm so far ahead of PB pace. This is fucking awesome. Alright, let's tackle Webwoods. Oh, wait. What the fuck just happened? First is yelling, throwing controller, but I picked it right back up. And then go on to do one of the best Webwoods I've had in the run. At this point, I think I've just blown the PB and it's all lost. But obviously, you know, it still went on to PB. But let's see how we got there. I skipped midway in this level for the first time ever. It's pretty exciting. I do up in 3 here instead of up in 2, which is slightly safer, but not much of a time loss. Yeah, it's actually true, Void. Missing Vine Clip would have been more costly than that death. Here I do the hard strats. I'm pretty proud of. I used to be scared to death of doing that right there. And then again, I pretty much do the hard strats for the rest of the level. There's a much harder version, a much more rolling deep version of the level than you would see me do like a month or 2 ago. And there you have it. The biggest mistake in the run is now over with. That was obviously the death in Webwoods. But I'm not done fucking up yet. In fact, there's lots of mistakes to be had. Guess which spawn I'm going to get. Left spawn, right spawn, center spawn? It should be obvious. Oh, of course. That's about like 4 seconds lost just because the barrel spawned on the left side. Then here, I fucked this up somehow. Going good, and then all of a sudden I just take damage to a random egg. Which probably lost me another second, but maybe actually probably like 2 seconds. But anyway, Krow died. I didn't. Nah, this is like not a world record. So 10 seconds ahead at this point, and I'm like, holy shit, if I had not died in Webwoods, that would have been a Gold World 5 without a doubt. But then this level goes pretty poorly, and I'm very disappointed in this level. We got a bonk there. Here I'm able to get around these starfish pretty effectively. Then I fail here, and I do one too many stabs to the right, which lost like at least a second. Here I bonk again. Then I bonk again right there. It's not too noticeable, but it definitely slowed me down. And then worst of all, I fail this trick. And I have to kind of charge my way down. So I actually lost about 5 seconds in this level right here, and at this point I'm thinking that I'm totally choking the runaway. So, Windy Well, just about the worst fucking piece of shit level in the game. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like this level one bit. So yeah, Waffle, please explain. Sometimes that happens. I totally buffered my jump there. And that was really bad. Yeah, I find that gliding there doesn't really make it any safer. Like, there's really no point. Also, the problem with getting hit there is not only did I get hit, but my recovery from getting hit wasn't optimal, so I ended up losing probably 3-4 seconds for getting hit there. I don't even go for Ghetto Bees. It's a trick that would have saved one wind cycle there. But the if I had missed that trick, then I would have, without a doubt, lost the run. And I miss it probably 60-70% of the time. Gotcha. I'll have to work on that part more, Waffle. Oh really? It's minimum short hop. Well, I don't get like minimally short hops ever, so I don't think that's too much to worry about. Castle Crush, there's really not much going on here until the very end. Long story short is you want to keep this barrel in both of your Kongs until about halfway through the level. And then magic happens. Oh, you granny that jump, Void? Shit. Maybe I should consider grannying it. I don't think I should really be trying to go too aggressive at that jump yet. Yeah, you know what? I think I might remember that run, Void. So at this point, I'm actually not very nervous because I think I've already lost the run. In my mind, I thought that all the time I lost in Arctic and Windy Well was enough to put me behind PB pace. But I'm still trying. Yeah, I think that's what I usually do, Void, is just barely release it. But I chose not to that time. I don't know why. Piper's Cavern is like a really easy level, but it's notorious for like having dumb mistakes in good runs, and that certainly happens in this run. I hit the damn seal too far to the right, which is a beginner's mistake, causing the enemies coming up to not spawn properly. It's a minor time loss, but still very unpolished looking. This part I still do the old strat, just because I'm so consistent with it. Then here, this fucker has to go ruin my clappers. But the rest of this level is pretty good. Alright, so coming up his chain link chamber, I'm really happy with the movement leading up to the wrong warp. I think the rope climbing in general was a lot better than my average. Definitely not perfect though. Here I get the invis and I wait maybe a little bit too long, but I really wanted to make sure that cannon spawned, so I waited for the IDs to be set up. So Toxic Tower is truly entertaining because half of it is so good and half of it is so bad. Here's the good half. So yeah, so that happens. I didn't sleep. I was focusing as hard as I could, Waffle. At this point, I'm trying as hard as I can to pilot this bird, but my wrists and hands are starting to get a little jiggly because I couldn't believe that I got those snake jumps. So everything's going according to plan right until about here. A bonk. So I have to wait for this guy. And then, check this out. That happens. And then, oh wait, the mistakes aren't over yet. Denied. So yeah. I couldn't believe that happened. Like, I spat the fucking nut to the left, then I did it to the right, and then I fucking just missed the chamber I'm supposed to go through. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm only 5 seconds ahead of PB, and I'm really disappointed because I know it won't be a sub 4150. I go ahead and grab the safety Kong. I really shouldn't be in this scenario. I wait a little extra long to make sure the cloak is despawned, but then the rest of this... Actually, that's not true. It goes smoothly for a little while further, but then this happens. Somehow I've gotten in the habit of doing that, which is really bad. And the bird part is pretty clean. Here I almost hit the wall right there, but my reflexes were working good enough. Yeah, for that reason, Waffle, I practice sprints more than just about any other level. Yeah, exactly, that's how I think of it. Like your last chance to severely fuck up. But yeah, this fight goes pretty well. Most of the throws were relatively dustless. None of them were truly dustless, but it wasn't like a long time of him sucking. That one was kind of long actually, but I had lost a run to that throw not too long ago. Yeah, it's not much to say about this fight. I'm actually wrapping up some work real quick. But I'm gonna keep streaming after this. I'm trying to think of what to play. Anyone wants to race anything, that would be my top pick. Otherwise, I think I'll just do some practice of some donkey game. Fucking finally done with work, man. And work days are always trying to get longer and longer. Yeah, this is a PB restream. Oh, you thought I might be done? No way, son. Dude, I'm tempted to actually race 1 of the 3 with you. Not actually to like competitively race with you, but just because I feel like playing that. It's because, you know why? I'll tell you why. It's a little glitch or cheat called the Mary cheat, which is the only reason you should ever play 1 out of 3. Yo, so Past Me is about to give a speech. It's probably really shitty. So I'm gonna mute it. Yeah, Mary is the best thing about 1 of 3. Let it be known. Whoa! It's like infinity tunnel, extra thousands, awesome.